So I've got to guess uh, where this is and when this is. So they're driving on the left. So this is probably UK or Australia, New Zealand, something like that. Looking at the brands, the fact that this says Addo makes me think it might be Australia just because Australians always put O on the end of everything. This bus, in the US, this bus would have been a 1950s era bus. But I don't know if that would be true of Australia also. Oh, good question. Is this English? This could be like Sweden or something. I don't know of any countries like Germany or Italy or any of those places that were driving on the left back then. Okay, see this is optic with a K. I'm racking my brain about where else in the world they were driving on the left like this. I mean, this is not Japan or Taiwan. So, but if they spell optic with a K, are they just being cool or is this not English? Now in Sweden, they drove on the left up until 1960 something. Oh, and there's a Saab right there, a Saab sign. Maybe I'll go with Stockholm, this one. So I'm going to go Stockholm, and then when would we be? I think we're probably in the 60s. If this is Sweden. I think the style of car would probably be shifted a little bit in Europe compared with the US. So if this to me looks like 1960 in the US, in the general styling of the cars, 1958, 1960, then maybe I should go with 1965 for Sweden or 1967. Let me go 1967 on this. When did they switch though? Because did they switch to right-hand drive before 1967? Okay, so Philip knows. Don't tell me though, Phil. Um, um, I'm gonna do 1967, and I'm basing that on like how much of a time shift do I need to do going from U.S. style cars to European style cars? Like that bus would be old fashioned in the 60s in the US, I think, but I think that would be current for 1960 Europe. Should I go a little bit? I'm just gonna do it. I'm doing 1960. 64. Darn, it was 64. When was the change? When did they switch to right hand drive? Oh, they changed in 67. Maybe that's why that number was on my brain. Okay, so not too bad. So I was in Stockholm. What they do with TimeGuessr is like GeoGuessr is 5,000 points. So they do the same thing in TimeGuessr with 5,000 points for location, but they have another 5,000 points for year. But I don't know how that works. Like, so I was 3 years off and I lost 400 points. So, all right, let's try another round. Okay, we've got English on the walls. Um, what else? We have a sign here that says Southwest 29th Street. So that suggests US or possibly Canada. Oh, there's a Georgia Tech sign right there, Georgia Tech pennant. There's a reference to the Orange Bowl. We are most definitely in the United States. Probably in Georgia. Georgia Tech is in Atlanta. Okay, we're in Atlanta. I'm pretty sure about that. And then the year would be, let's look at the clothing. Oh, those lapels. I love his lapels. Um, I think we might be in the 40s. These hairstyles, I'm terrible with hairstyles, but this feels like a 1940s era picture. I think it's 40s. I think we're maybe late 40s. That's the vibe I'm getting. So let's do 1948. Oh, 3 years off. It was Miami. Oh, man. That Georgia Tech sign misled me. But there's no, or pennant. There's no way I could have. We're an indoor location. How are you going to know where you are? 3 years off. Dang. All right. So, let's try another round. This is more recent. Okay. So, if there's Mickey Mouse, but also bikers dressed like that, are we at Euro Disney? All right. So, I actually don't know where Euro Disney is. Like, I'm just gonna place it randomly somewhere out here. Paris in the 90s. Yeah. So Euro Disney. I'm trying to remember, when was Euro Disney open? The general feel of the photograph. Not a thing. All right. When Euro Disney opened in the 80s, late 80s, pretty sure it came out in the late 80s. So I'm not certain about that. I'm gonna go with 91. Um, oh, looking at the branding doesn't look older than 30 years. The branding. Oh yeah, T-Mobile. I didn't think to look at the branding. T-Mobile. That's not a thing in 1991, is it? Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I'm gonna push it ahead. So you get credit for part of the points I win. Closer, because go with 2001. 1997. Okay, yeah. So a little bit closer. Um, so late 70s, reindeer, good call. Late 90s. Reindeer would have gotten that. Oh, so it's actually way out here. It's farther out from Paris than I knew. Okay. Fourth round. Oh gosh. This one's really easy. 99 right there. Haymarket. Oh, Haymarket. Okay. On the Tyne. Is Haymarket on the Tyne? Yeah, some of the churches have really dark stone, and it might be a little bit wet, being the UK. Um, is the Tyne up here? I'm so ignorant. Geography. This is not the this is the Hull. Oh, that Tyne. Newcastle. Castle's the Tyne. Haymarket up here? Oh, Newcastle. Oh, okay. No, they didn't burn it. That's just what the just what the stone looks like. All right. Well, you guys get credit for some of these points then, because I would have gone to London. Spot on. Nicely done, Fibrous. Um. Yeah. Okay. Now, last one. Oh, B for Belgium, right? So we're in Belgium. I want to zoom in and read the text. I think I'm going to go Brussels 2010. Mercedes looks late 2000s, early 2010s. Yeah. Go 2010. Unless one of you Europeans has a better idea. 2016. Oh, wow. And it was in Germany. What is... Okay, I don't know what town that is. Is that Cologne? Um, yeah, so that was a Belgian car over here. But yeah, there was no way I could have told from the... Unless BB Bank is a German brand that I should just know. I don't know how I would have known I'm in Germany. All right. 44,000 out of 50,000. Pretty good. All right. Well done, folks. All right. Oh, well. You guys probably could figure this one out. So let's see. U.S. Football League. That was a long time ago. Um, let's go with. Oh shoot. I know nothing about the U.S. Football League. I guess the Generals were in New York because Trump is there, but then they're probably in Midtown. I feel like Trump's probably a Midtown kind of guy. So let's go in Midtown. And then um yeah, it's 80s. I got to figure out when in the 80s I am based on the suits. Okay, I feel like it should be early 80s, but um how active was Trump in stuff like this in the early 80s was 86 might be too late. Let's go 83. These suits are feel like early 80s to me, but of course that doesn't stop a man from wearing an out-of-date suit. Let's maybe go 84. I don't know. I don't know when the USFL thing happened. Let's just go 84. It was 85. Okay. And it was Midtown. I was right. It was on 57th Street. Oh, is that where the Trump Tower is? I don't know where the Trump Tower is. Trump Ice Cream Parlor. This must be Trump Tower. Trump Hotels. Okay, so that's on 5th Avenue and 57th Street. I didn't know that. All right, next round. Oh, wait. Trump and the Generals owner at a U.S. Football League press conference in Trump Tower. That's what it says. Just says it right there. All right. Teatrul Național Timișoara. So that tells us where we are. Oh, wait. Garden Party Václav Havel. Oh my gosh. I need to just read these signs. I think that's my clue right there. Yeah, you can't let the black and white fool you. I mean, so, okay, it can't be 50s or 60s. Look at this young woman here and what she's wearing. Look at those little boots. So, you know. So we're going to go with 1990. 89, 1 year off. Protest signs hanging from the National Theater during the Romanian Revolution. He's a time traveler. Well, you know, it could be. Well, remember, this is Eastern Europe. So, this is, behind the Iron Curtain. So, you're going to have black and white photography pretty common later than you are in the West. The guy's hair in the front right sold the black and white trick. Front right? This guy? That doesn't look 50s. Like this guy, totally. That could, that's a timeless look. That could be any decade. All right. My first thought is Turkey. Oh yeah, salam. So I'm gonna put this, and there's a minaret. Okay, so I think this is Turkey, and I'll just go with Istanbul on this. Then time period. I think we're around 1980 on this one. So where are we probably going to be? Probably not down here. We might be I'm going to go with Beolu. I feel like we're approximately 1980 on that. Let's see how far off I am. 88. Ah, and I was on the other side of it. I'm in Imanonu. So Eminonu. Eminonu. Um, oh man, I lost so many points on the getting the year wrong. Wow, so if you're 8 years off, you lose half your points. That's brutal. All right, let's see. I'm going to go with I'm feeling New York on this. And I'm going to go 19. Okay, so her dress, that's a 60s dress. And she seems like the kind of young woman who would care about staying up to date on fashion. So let's do New York, and let's do, gosh, watch, it's going to be in California. All right, so I'm going to go with New York since that was my hunch. Where in New York are we probably going to be? I have no idea. I'll just put it there. And then because of that dress, I'm going to go with 1960. And I'm so bad at women's fashion, but probably 60. Let's go 68 on that. 69. Oh, and I was in New York. I was in Brooklyn. Brooklyn in 69. Okay. Oh, this architecture here. This is what would this be called? This is just what you see in this is what 100-year-old buildings look like in big cities in the US. I don't know what to call that. Uh this would be, what would this be? This would be I'm actually not sure. Not sure what the name for that is. Well, it's neither Deco nor Brutalist. I don't think this is Art Deco. Yeah, but I don't know what it's called. Oh, no, but Frank Lloyd Wright. No, Frank. That's not Frank Lloyd Wright either. He wouldn't design a building look like this. This is generic. This is just like your standard issue urban high rise from the era. This would have been built around 1900, 1910, probably. I'm guessing. Um, give or take. All right, next round. Well, that's Dutch. And oh, okay, so I have to look at the clothes. So yeah, since I think this is probably like early to mid. Actually, you know what I'm thinking about? I'm thinking about the old Doctor Who. I watched all the 60 Doctor Who episodes. And so if I were to try to gauge this in relation to how people dressed on 1960s Doctor Who, I feel like this is the right time period for it. So I would probably put this in like 1964. Oh, where's my... Let's just put this somewhere in the Netherlands, and let's go with 1964, maybe? '58. Oh, I was way off. But I was right to go for... Oh, no. It was not Utrecht. It was near Amsterdam. All right. 1958. All right. How about I do one more set, and then you guys can tell me if I should do something else after this. All right. So this is a suffragette. I don't know if that's derogatory. A suffragist in London, I think. And I would place this... I would place this around 19. Let's look at the hats. I'm going to go for 1910 on this one. I'm going to go West End. 1914. But I was right. It wasn't the West End. Okay. Oh, I didn't even place it in the West End. I put it in Westminster. Oh, no, my guess was over here. It was in Westminster. Okay. Oh, that makes sense. She was protesting at Buckingham Palace. I should have thought about that. Yeah, so I guess John Impact recognized the gate for Buckingham Palace then. Okay. Obama's moving in, I guess? So I'm assuming that's what that means. Why he's moving a couch. He must. So let's place this on the White House. That's the Oval Office, I think. In fact, Oval Office. Oh, is that in? Where's the Oval Office? Is that in the East Wing? I'm trying to remember where they put the Oval Office. Is that West Wing? I think West Wing is just offices, right? Yeah, his hair is not white yet. Good point. Yeah, he designed the office when he moved out. Yeah, that's a good call, reindeer. We can probably go at the beginning. Yeah, he was like doing Trump a favor. Thought he'd move the couch back. Um, yeah, I know. Like, what if we can pay people to come in and move stuff around? Why is he moving the stuff around? Okay, maybe the Oval Office is in the West Wing. I'm starting to doubt myself now. I'm going to put it in the West Wing, and then we're going to put this at the beginning of his um, term, 2009. 2009. Oh, it was right there. So that must be where the West Wing is. But I got a 10K. I don't think I can take credit for it. It was just a really easy picture. Okay, next round. Um, okay, based on his hair, go with the 60s. Is this what the Pentagon looks like in the middle? I don't think that makes sense. He could be at one of the corners of the Pentagon. KGB thought the hot dog stand in the center of the Pentagon was a secret meeting place. That's a KGB operative spying on the hot dog stand. Um, yeah, I actually thought prison for a moment there, and I decided that doesn't make sense. But any university in Europe during the '60s, yeah, I think you're right. I think it's the Pentagon, and you know, well, okay, let me put it on the Pentagon, and I don't know which point it's on, but it probably won't matter for a 10K. Like I'm gonna pay on this. And we do get a clue. This building right here. Thing is, where that building? Okay, so if we're looking from, if he's from this one, he's that way. That'd be the double tree. I'm not gonna much thought into it. That. And then what year are we in? This might be 62. Oh, that might be the front door or like the front side. Oh, wait. Yeah, that might be. Wait, does this give me any? But I guess it would make sense if this path is here, and this is probably the front door. So then this would be that path. Then he's right here. Oh, we'll see when it's done. It probably won't make a difference to the points. It's facing away from DC. Yeah, that makes sense. Man, how do you know that? But that means if he's looking this way, not that it matters. I'm not going to move the pin, but if he's looking that way and building in that direction, this building is supposed to be Arlington Cemetery? Or like there's a walkway right there. Maybe the path is right there, and I was right the first time, and he's on that point. Yeah, it doesn't matter for the points. I need to stop looking. I don't care about that. I need to figure out what year I'm in. Oh, you lived in Arlington. Okay. So, I based on the haircut, I would go early to mid 60s. My thought. Although you have to be clean cut to work there anyway. He's undoubtedly a military guy. But then looking down here, I can't quite. There's a woman here with a skirt, but I can't tell how long it is. I'm just gonna leave it on 1960. I'm gonna go with that. You get to try the hot dogs. Um, 69. Oh my gosh, I was right the first time. It was that one. So the that walkway comes from that walkway that extends that way. And my location, I did lose 4 points on that. I should have left it on the other point. I would have had the extra points. All right. So, reindeer, your chance to shine. Or actually, this might be New York. No, I think this is Italy. I know. It's crazy how close I was. I guess it just goes to show how big the Pentagon is. Okay, this is definitely not Italy, but it's Little Italy, I guess. But what state are we in? I think this is New York. Okay, reindeer, this isn't Italy by any means. Yeah, but no, it has to be Italy. It says Cafe Borgia on it. And he's riding a little Vespa. Okay, so yeah, and actually I think the Vespa helps. This car helps, and the Vespa. This is such a 1960s thing right here, and this car is very 1960s. So I'm gonna put this. And it's not late 60s. Now, where was Little Italy? 1962, 1963. Yeah, it says ravioli on it. That's why I thought it was Italy. Like, don't all the trucks in Italy just say like ravioli and spaghetti and stuff? I'm gonna go with 62 on this one. 64. Okay. 64. Shoot. Shoot. See, this car would be like a 62 model, so I feel like statistically you're more likely to be in 64 with a car like this, because what are the chances that they have a brand new car? Oh, okay. Well, I think this is Italy, right? Wait, let me think. Yeah, that's Clint Eastwood in Europe. So now I gotta think like based on how he looks here compared with his old movies. So I don't know. I guess I have to go with Paris, but I don't know why he's in Paris. Like he would be in Italy because he shot films in Italy. Okay, you can't read anything on here. That says Herald Tribune. That says something American. That says New York Times. That says... Oh, this is not helping. But... Alitalia. Oh, Alitalia. This is Italy. And then, I can't tell what's on there, but Alitalia. And then, over there, I don't know. Oh, but should I go Rome or Naples? I'm going Naples, but I'm going to stick with Naples on this one. I like 71. I'm going to go with Naples 71. My 65. Oh, man. And it was in Rome. You guys were right. Oh, that was a terrible round for me. Yeah, reindeer's Rome. I should have let him decide. Well, I was thinking with Alitalia, I was thinking they probably have offices all over in every big city, you know, because that's where you go to like buy tickets and stuff. And like, would they? I mean, I can't imagine they would only have offices in Rome, right? Oh, yeah, you're right. Herald Tribune in Naples probably doesn't make as much sense. There. All right. Do you guys have any thoughts on what I should do next? How about I just do, here's what I'll do. I'll do one more thing of this, of TimeGuessr, and then I'll sign off. Pick 3. There are 3 votes for Vic 3 again. Reindeer does not want Vic 3. Oh my, 4 votes for Vic 3. 5 votes for Vic 3. All right, I'm going to play this. I don't know why Reindeer doesn't like Victoria 3. Good game. I'll keep that in mind. Maybe next time I do a Euro stream, I'll play Victoria 3. All right, that's John Major, surrounded by labor supporters. Oh, when were those elections? So he's on a high street somewhere, but I don't know where. I guess I'll just go with London. Let's see if I can find some clues. It's in one of the elections in the 90s. One of the British elections during the 90s. When were they? I think they had one in 90, right? And they had an election. And Tony Major, or what's his name? Tony Blair came in 97. There was another election around roughly 94. I don't even know if they had an election in 1990. I don't know when they called the election. Maybe it was 91. I'm going to stick with 94 on this one. 92. Okay. And it was in that Milton Keynes. No, that's Milton Keynes. What is this town? Can't tell what that is. Okay. All right. Any guesses on this one? See how well you guys know your John and Beck's house. Yeah. Yeah, there's a CRT monitor. If we look closely, based on what I can see on here, that looks like Windows 3. What is that fish god? Oh, that was everywhere in the 80s, man. A 400 button phone. Oh yeah, yeah, that was. Yeah. Guess they don't use phones like. I think in offices they still use phones. There's a Nevada license plate on up here on her thing. So Yahoo something, that's Yahoo with the Yahoo branded lettering. Yeah, and that's a Micro Center bag. That's right. All right, so we're in the 90s. But okay, if we're in the 90s because of Yahoo, but then what's the deal with this? Gosh, I wish I could zoom in and see the monitor more. That might be Windows. That's either Windows 95 or 98. Oh, is there a Discman? Oh yeah, I didn't notice the Discman. Yeah, and there's Bert and Ernie, and so, shoot. Does this star mean she works for Yahoo? That's just some kind of oh, the Edward Scissorhands. Oh my gosh, the Edward Scissorhands. Gosh, Edward Scissorhands. When did that come out? Dude, don't tell me. Don't tell me when it came out. Edward Scissorhands. Dang it. Let's say that was like 93 or 94? Oh. But Yahoo wasn't that big of a thing at that point. Okay. Oh, man. I think this... Oh, gosh. Do I go with Nevada or do I go with Silicon Valley? If she has a Nevada plate, is that because she's from Nevada? Or is that because she moved to California, switched her plates, and then put her Nevada plate on there? That's the theory I'm going to go. So I think she's in the San Jose area. I don't know if she's a Yahoo employee, but... And then for year, I'm going to go with 96? Is that a normal thing to possess? In the U.S., yes. Most American families own a giant fish. Um, Swim needs to clean her workspace. She's triggering Dex 30 years later. There's a map of the UK behind the monitor. Oh, I didn't notice. Yeah, you're right. That looks like a National Geographic map. One of those maps that would come National Geographic. She must be an Anglophile. All right, this is what I'm going to go with. I don't feel very strongly about 96. All right, well, this is what I'm going to go with. I'm going to go with San Jose area in 96. 98. But I was right to go with that area. Oh, yeah, a Yahoo employee in the company's early days, working at the Yahoo... Early days? 98 was early for Yahoo? No, I was using Yahoo before 98. Who has a state license plate on display in the state they live in? Yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing. That's why I was leaning against it being Nevada. Because you're not likely to do that. You're kind of showing off your, where you're from or something if you're going to do that. Okay. All right, well, they're driving on the left. But that's not the UK, is it? Oh, but that could be a UK trash bin, couldn't it? That's weirder than the fish. What? If you're from Italy, you should not be surprised at seeing unusual nun hats. Obviously a nun. Oh, you know what? It could be Dublin. And that would make seeing a nun on the street more common. I don't know what Dublin looks like, but let's just put it in Dublin, and then 62 might not be a bad call on this one, but I'm going to go a little later. Go Dublin 67 on this. 64, but it was Dublin. Okay. Yeah, it's hard to get the right year. Wait, you want me to explain why I went with Dublin? Well, I mean, it's not I mean, all it is they're driving on the left, but it's not Japan. I mean, it could be Australia, I guess, but it didn't, I don't know. The vibe doesn't feel, I don't know. It didn't feel like, that's not an Australian sky. So I, just joking. But, so I was like, okay, but then there's a nun. So you're more likely to see Catholics in Ireland than in England. It's not usual, not common to see a nun in England, whole Reformation business. So that's all. And then it's a big city. So I went with Dublin. That was my thought process. All right. Midway Island. That makes it easy. Midway Island, there's Obama, second term hair. So Midway is out here somewhere. This is Midway, right? It's not labeled Midway, but I'm pretty sure. Now I'm doubting myself. Yeah, I mean, you'd think so, but um, Midway would be. You'd think that Midway would be late, but I'm not confident. I'm going with it. This is the island I'm going to. All right, Dex, duly noted. Oh my gosh, you were right. It was. There's Midway, and it's labeled Midway. Oh my gosh, you're totally right. But I couldn't find an island out there. Yep, Dex was right. Okay, last round, and then I'll quit. All right. Well, we've got the pound sign. Got what looks like the Union flag. Looks kind of like London, right? I think. I don't know this building though. When did the bombings stop? Well, the bombings were mainly 1940 to 41, but bombings continued all the way to the end of the war. Okay, I'm gonna push it to 42, just edge. All right, 40. Oh, it was 40, and it was Birmingham. That location. This is the big building you can see. Oh, Birmingham Town Hall. Yeah, I had no idea. Birmingham Town Hall. Birmingham. I'm gonna trigger the English people. It's pronounced Birmingham. All right. Well, not too bad. 47,000 out of 50. Would be even higher if I'd gotten the island right. All right. All right, I'm gonna call it quits now. Thanks a lot, everybody, for joining me for the stream. Maybe I'll do this again sometime. You'll have to let me know what game you prefer next time, if I should do GeoGuessr, or if you just want a lot of TimeGuessr, or I should do Victoria 3. You'll have to let me know.